In this video, I'm going to share with you the story of a homeless boy who invented one of the most popular luxury brands in the world that is worth $30 billion now. I want to share with you an amazing story about a young boy who had nothing but determination and ambition. Despite being homeless and living on the streets, he managed to invent one of the most successful luxury brands in history. This is a story about overcoming adversity and achieving your dreams no matter what life throws your way. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy. But before we go any further, make sure you hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and turn on notifications so that you won't miss a single video. Also, be sure to watch our other videos. Louis Vuitton was born in Angers, France in the 19th century. He grew up to be a hat maker. Louis has been working on the family farm since he was young. He plants and harvests crops, raises animals, and stockpiles firewood from dusk to dawn. When Louis turned 10, life became even more difficult. His mother passed away, and soon after, his father got married again. His stepmother was as bad as any fairy tale witch. She made Louis's life a misery, and he could take it no longer. When Louis turned 13, he quietly left the farmhouse and went to Paris with no money or food. He found odd jobs with artisans and craftsmen who taught him how to work with metal, stone, fabrics, and wood. Still, he had no money left over for shelter, and he became homeless. He often slept in the woods with only a cloak to keep him warm. At the time, the first railway line to Paris had just opened. Travel became accessible, which led to a boom in the industry. Craftsmen capitalized on this by making custom boxes for aristocrats. These boxes had to be able to withstand long trips and protect the belongings inside from breaking. In order to make sure everything fit correctly, the craftsmen often needed help packing the belongings in a certain way. Louis learned some skills on his way to Paris. He decided to look for work as a craftsman. A man named Monsieur Maréchal hired Louis as an apprentice. Louis was willing to learn, and this paid off in more ways than one. He became popular among Maréchal's clients. Later, he was selected as the Empress of France's personal boxmaker. Louis became more in demand after working for the Empress for a year and established his first business. Early on, Louis came up with new product ideas that redefined the industry norm. He experimented with new materials in order to discover a better alternative to traditional leather boxes. The leather was used for the box's top, and it would frequently leak, causing the box to become wet. This problem was solved when Louis discovered a new material, canvas. Canvas is more lightweight and durable than leather. It also doesn't get wet as easily as leather does, so it's a good material for making boxes. Louis utilized canvas to create a modern and clean-looking slat trunk. His new innovation marked the birth of modern luggage. It became very popular within 2 years. Louis then set out to accomplish the same with a new invention: handbags. Handbags were not popular at the time. Many people complained about how large and unattractive they were. Louis, on the other hand, believed in handbags and began producing them out of canvas. They became incredibly popular, creating a demand for other designs so that ladies would wear them with a variety of clothes. Louis eventually became overwhelmed and sought the help of his son, Georges. Georges came up with the ideas that revolutionized the business. He invented a tumbler lock that transformed trunks into treasure chests while also preventing theft. The family's products became even more desirable. But soon after, production came to a halt. A war erupted and destroyed the business, making Louis homeless for a second time. At the height of Louis's business, the Franco-Prussian War erupted. Louis and his family were forced to leave their home and workshop in Agnières, outside Paris, and head to the city. They shared a cramped shelter with a large number of other refugees. The Vuittons were nearly starved to death due to a lack of food. Louis came home once the war ended. He was devastated to discover that his materials had been stolen and his workshop had been destroyed. Louis rebuilt his workshop using the money he had left. He found a new shop site, and fortunately, property prices had dropped due to the war. Louis took advantage of this by purchasing a shop in an upmarket district. Within months of reopening, business was booming once more, with orders coming in from all around the world. Following that, Louis got more overseas orders. He built a shop in London, which led to more royals and adventurers purchasing his items. Louis became known as the only designer whose creations could be found in both luxury mansions and exotic rainforests. Louis eventually began to publish a catalog to make ordering easier. This was a practical move that would undoubtedly push the company further. However, an unforeseen tragedy occurred within the same year. Louis died unexpectedly at his home at the age of 72. The cause of his death is still unknown. Hey, here's a quick reminder before we continue. Make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe and notification buttons if you haven't already done so, as it means that YouTube sends you more of these kinds of videos, and it helps our channel. Okay, let's get back to the video. Georges took over his father's unfinished business. In honor of his father, he designed a monogram, a floral pattern with an interlocking L and a V. Following in Louis' footsteps, Georges and his son, Gaston, devised new designs. He was as determined as his father to take the company to new heights. Unfortunately, history repeats itself. Georges passed away, leaving Gaston to complete Louis' unfinished business on his own. Gaston had a rough start. The Second World War occurred, and all of his contracts were terminated. He had to shut down LV's factory and stores. After the war, Gaston asked his sons, Henry, Jacques, and Claude, to help rebuild the company. Each year, the sons created new luggage models under the supervision of their father. But after Gaston passed away, business stopped progressing. Hard-sided luggage has lost popularity. Henry, Jacques, and Claude differed on how to handle the company, so they requested Henry Racamier, their sister's husband, to take over. He transitioned LV from wholesale to retail and entered the Asian market. LV sales increased from $20 million to nearly $260 million in 6 years. LV merged with Moet Hennessy. This merger allowed LV to expand its investments. However, Henry found himself in management disagreements with Moet Hennessy's president, Alain Chevalier. Henry sought help from Bernard Arnault. Bernard agreed, but Henry soon discovered that Bernard had his own plans. Bernard secretly acquired a controlling stake in LVMH and gained the support of the Moet and Hennessy families. Following that, Henry and Bernard engaged in a court battle. The judges favored Bernard, so Henry was forced to step down. LV then became smaller than other luxury brands, and sales dropped. LV recruited Marc Jacobs as their creative director. He popularized the brand by launching a ready-to-wear line, designing a popular Vernice collection, and partnering with well-known artists. Over the years, LV has expanded into watches, jewelry, and sunglasses. The company also continues to manufacture everything in-house. This means that workers must undergo 2 years of special training, and certain pieces might need up to 300 steps to assemble. Today, LV is the world's biggest luxury brand, with a market cap of more than $30 billion. This is the story of how a homeless teen created modern luggage and set the foundation for a multi-billion-dollar empire. Thank you for being all ears throughout the entire video. If you'd like to learn more about the nature of this business, subscribe now and click on the notification bell to be updated with my latest uploads. To create is effort. To copy is genius. Albert Einstein. If you want to expand your income by engaging with some side hustles, feel free to contact me, so we'll get things moving right away. Remember, if you want to change your life, let's make a change together. You need to make a change.